What does Bashar think
Yeah,
about the story that we have of human evolution? Is that right? Where did humans originate from?
that's a big story. First of all, we can go way back to just after the Earth itself was formed. And you understand that there's this thing called panspermia. You know what panspermia is?
Yeah, we're all fungus from space.
Generally speaking, a lot of genetic material came from other places and landed on planets where the environment was conducive to that genetic material evolving. So, in a sense, to begin with, we're all extraterrestrials from other extraterrestrial sources. But let's just set that aside and say, okay, whatever the source is of the naturally evolving life on Earth, at a certain point, it evolved into what we would call early hominid forms, like Homo erectus, things like that, a few million years ago. At a certain point, apparently, those beings were genetically altered by an extraterrestrial race to become Homo sapiens sapiens. So,
Who was the
in
race?
that sense,
Do they have a name?
well, what's what referred to as the Anunnaki in ancient texts,
Right.
the Watchers, whatever you want to call them, some other beings from out there, according to a lot of religious texts and scrolls and things like that, whatever you want to call them, arrived on Earth and for whatever reasons decided to alter our genetic makeup to suit themselves, to
And,
make us more like them.
and they were giants. Is that right? Is that who the Anunnaki were?
I
They were big.
understand that they probably had a larger stature than we do and lived longer than we do,
Hmm.
which is probably why humans thought they were gods.
Hmm.
They're just advanced extraterrestrials.
Hmm.
But the idea being then that from that point forward, we had even more of a mix of extraterrestrial genetics within us, so that whatever the original Homo sapiens form was, as humans spread out over the earth into different environmental ecological niches, the different genetic traits of different extraterrestrial beings that were already mixed into the extraterrestrials that added their genes to us started revealing itself, so that a different environment would create someone to become a different race with different features and different attributes. The fact that we have different races all over the planet is an indication that we have mixed extraterrestrial genetics, and different environments bring some of those differences out in us to create the different races of humans on the earth. But now we can actually add in something else, and that is what people have referred to as the alien abduction phenomenon, where now you have even more genetic manipulation going on, apparently for the purpose of creating a hybrid species, a more advanced version of humanity, maybe not only for the race that's doing it, that's hybridizing, that's creating the hybrids for themselves, but also for humanity as well, as part of our evolutionary path to upgrade us, to move us forward. So there have been several instances in our history of genetic alteration, genetic introduction that is making us something different and evolving us in a different way than we otherwise might have evolved had we been left alone.
Has Bashar mentioned when the earliest contact or recontact with what we call aliens with humans was, like in linear years?
Yeah, he's saying it happened. This initial introduction of genetic material by that Anunnaki extraterrestrial race was probably somewhere around 500,000 years ago, 300,000, 500,000 years ago. That's when we find in the historical records, or in the geological records or anthropological records, when suddenly there was this change in humanity. That's what caused people to say, well, where's the missing link? How did we get from here to there? And so basically what we're discovering is that the missing link is the extraterrestrial genetics that created Homo sapiens from Homo erectus. So about 500,000, give or take, years ago, this is something that happened back then.
Are there a lot of different sects or species of extraterrestrial life? Is it in the tens and the thousands and the infinite? How many realms of other extraterrestrial life are there?
If you want to, yeah, if you want to just include the idea of what's out in the galaxy or the universe, then yes, you're going to run into millions and millions. If you're talking about simply the ones that are engaged with Earth at this time, then you're probably talking about a dozen or so.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, you might also enjoy this episode over here, as well as this one over here. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.